You know what's crazy? We've had ergonomic chairs for years, but most of them only work when you sit perfectly still. The second you lean, shift, or relax, support is gone. But this is the Sihoo Doro C300 Pro V2, and it claims to be the first full-body dynamic ergonomic chair, meaning that instead of you adjusting to the chair, this thing adjusts to you in real time. So the question is this really the future of ergonomic chairs or just good marketing? Let's find out. From a design standpoint, this thing looks clean, very modern, and almost futuristic, especially with that open frame back and mesh design. It fits perfectly in a minimalistic desk setup, but also doesn't look out of place in a more cozy home office. Assembly was straightforward. It took me about 15 to 20 minutes. Nothing crazy, pretty much what you'd expect. And once it's set up, it feels solid. No creaking, and it doesn't have that cheap plastic feel. The casters felt solid and stable on hardwood and carpet, and personally, I prefer this 5-spoke leg design over a 4-spoke design. The first time you sit in the chair, you immediately notice something different. It's not just supporting your back, it's actually moving with you. And that's because of what Sihoo calls the Dinocore system, which basically means that the chair dynamically tracks your body movements in real time. So whether you lean forward, recline, or shift your weight, the support doesn't disappear, but instead it follows you. And honestly, this is the biggest difference between this and a traditional ergonomic chair. Now let's break this down because this is where the C300 Pro V really stands out. Most chairs give you static support, so you set it up and that's it. But here, everything is working together. The headrest, backrest, lumbar, armrest, all moving in sync with what Sihoo calls 4-zone coordinated tracking. So for example, when you recline, there's no gap in your lower back, and when you lean forward, your support doesn't disappear. And that's a big deal because most traditional chairs lose support the moment you move, which is actually one of the main causes for back pain during long sitting sessions. Most of us don't sit perfectly still, and we're constantly making small adjustments and moving around, so this is one of those features that you don't truly appreciate until you go back to a normal chair. Now, the second feature is something called the SynchroFlex system, and this is where things get interesting. So normally you sit in a new chair, you spend a few minutes adjusting everything from height, lumbar, tilt, and armrest until you figure out what works for you. But here you sit down and it just fits. The chair uses a dual track system which automatically adapts to your body shape and spine curvature in real time. And it adapts to different body types, so if someone else uses your chair, you don't have to reset everything. Now let's talk about lumbar support, which is where many chairs fail. So the C300 Pro V2 uses self-adaptive dynamic lumbar support 2.0. And the key difference here is that it doesn't stay fixed. It actually slides with your body when you recline, so you don't get that awkward gap in your lower back. You also get 3 levels of support: firm for upright work, balanced for general use, and then sacrum support for relaxation. And this is huge because many chairs either push too hard or not enough, whereas this one seems to just adapt. Now let's talk about something that a lot of people overlook, but actually matters a lot, and that's the armrests. So these are 8D bionic armrests, which basically means that they can move anywhere: up, down, forward, backward, side to side. They can rotate inward and outward. They can tilt up and down, and they move with the chair when you recline. So whether you're typing, gaming, watching content, or just relaxing, your arms are always supported. And that's key because unsupported arms or arms supported in the wrong position can lead to shoulder strain. And there's also an optional footrest that flips out and supports your legs, but I didn't get that version. The C300 Pro V2 also has an upgraded ultra-wide 3D headrest, which keeps the neck supported and comfortable during work, gaming, or rest. The headrest can be adjusted forward and backwards, up and down, and even the tilt angle can be adjusted. In this way, you're always able to get a comfortable position. Now let's talk comfort and materials. You're getting a breathable mesh design that keeps you cool, especially during long sessions. Sihoo calls it Cloud Mesh 2.0. The seat is pressure distributing, so you don't get that numb feeling in your legs after sitting for hours. And there's also seat depth adjustment, which is super important depending on your height. Now, the chair reclines to 135 degrees, so you can go from work mode to chill or creative mode, all the way to full relaxation mode. Now, what I did was test this chair the way that I actually use a chair. I sat in it for long editing sessions, I joined Zoom meetings and product briefings, I relaxed and watched some content, and I gamed in it. And the biggest takeaway is this: you just stop thinking about the chair. There's no constant adjusting or shifting to get comfortable. There's also this smart weight responsive mechanism that auto adjusts the recline resistance, so you're not having to push too hard and you don't feel like you're falling back regardless of your body weight. All right, so who's this chair for? If you sit for long hours typing, editing photos or videos, or even just doing typical office busy work, or if you spend hours gaming or watching content, if you care about posture and comfort and you want something that actively supports you, then this is definitely a chair that you should consider. You're getting the Dinocore system for full body dynamic support, SynchroFlex for personalized fit and dynamic tracking, the self-adaptive dynamic lumbar support 2.0, and the 8D bionic arms. And this way you're always properly supported. You know what I always say? Buy it nice or buy it twice. Good luck and see you soon.